What up? Welcome to another episode of 90 Minutes on Film Special Edition. Our 30-minute on film, I guess.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot for that.
We're gonna shoot for that.
Yeah,
I think we did pretty well with the last one, right?
I think we were like 45 or something, but we had a lot to talk about.
It was
last
there. It was
episode.
close. It was close. We'll see how this one goes.
Yeah.
First off, you guys doing good?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Doing fantastic.
All right,
Spooky season.
I just want to get into this one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
do it.
before we go ahead and kind of mention it, shockingly, ladies and gentlemen, Chris had never seen this film.
Somewhere between science and superstition, there is another world. The world of darkness. Nobody expected it.
Let's see what
Nobody believed it. And nothing could stop it.
There are no experts. You probably know as much about possession as most priests. Look, your daughter doesn't say she's a demon. She says she's the devil himself.
I'm telling you that thing upstairs isn't my daughter. Now, I want you to tell me that you know for a fact that there's nothing wrong with my daughter except in her mind. You tell me you know for a fact that an exorcism wouldn't do any good. You tell me that!
The one hope. The only hope. The Exorcist.
What?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
It
saying.
was first time watch. Yeah.
Now, why a guy like you who owns 20,000 versions?
Yeah, I know.
Of,
But that's the funny thing too. So, a couple of people I know, I asked them both because we were talking about scary movies, and I said,
was this is recent or
it
this-
was actually literally, 2 weeks before the pandemic.
Okay,
Before we got
gotcha.
shut down in March of 2020.
Okay.
And we were just, I don't know how we got onto the topic of scary movies. I'm like, oh, what's the scariest movie you've ever watched? Friend number one. And she was like, oh, The Exorcist. I'm like, that's interesting. And I was like, friend number two, what's the scariest movie you've ever watched? He's like, The Exorcist. I'm like, wow, that's 2 for 2, like in a row, like within, minutes of each other. And I was like, I've never seen that movie. So I jumped on eBay. I'm like, okay, first thing I always do is like, how many different versions are there? There was a theatrical version. There was the version you didn't see in theaters. There was the
Yes.
director's cut. So I just like Googled it. I was like, all right, fuck it. eBay. Bought it like $15, whatever. It was like a box set. Had 2 versions on it. Third disc was the documentary. It shows up in the mail and it's probably like Saturday, and Monday morning the world shuts down. It's pandemic, and I just never watched it after that. Like I just kind of sat on it. I guess it's like Gone with the Wind. Never seen that movie. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Never seen that movie.
Really?
Casablanca. Never seen that movie. It's just one of those ones that got away
Which
from me.
theatrical version did you get? Because there's 2.
So I got the Blu-ray set that came out. I don't know what version it was.
Okay, because there was the
he texted
original.
me the same thing. He
Yeah,
was
there was
like,
the original release.
okay, which
then-
is what makes it the original release?
There were some parts that were cut
Cut
from
out.
the original release that are part of the re-release that happened in the 90s.
So that would have been the version you haven't seen in theaters, right?
I
Cool.
did see that in the theaters.
Okay, but
No,
that's
We'll
what
talk
it was
about
called,
that in
though.
a few minutes.
the
I think.
original one, or like when? Well, obviously not, because we weren't
So I
even.
saw
No.
we weren't
No.
even around.
So I've seen
Yeah.
the one that was
Yeah.
a part of the 1978 original one,
Yeah,
and then I've also seen
the one
re-release.
where they re-released,
Yes.
where they put the 2. Well, is it really one scene that was pulled from out?
It was
it would,
one.
so when
Yeah.
when I text you, you're like, "Did you see it? Did you see the part with the stairs?
Yes.
Is that the scene that
That's
was
the
cut
scene.
out?
That's the
Yes,
scene.
correct.
Yes.
So
I
is
mean, we
it?
can talk about it.
Yeah, let's
Okay.
go for
Yeah.
it.
So, obviously that was the scene that was pulled out because I guess at that time it was just like, yo, this.
And
is
which
just
scene was
way-
it? Was
stairs.
it
She
the
does the
all?
spider walk.
And coming down.
Did you see the spider walk?
stairs.
I don't think so.
Dude.
Oh, you
Oh,
missed
man.
out.
You
I don't
didn't
think
see
so.
it. Yes.
Moses is putting up 2.
No,
No.
it is in part 1.
It's part 1.
When they re-released
So is that
it,
the one that's on the HBO Max?
when they when they did the
Yes.
re-release in the movie theater, that was the scene that wasn't in there.
Okay, so
and she does the spider walk, and people
Yes.
fucking flipped out. Everybody's like, "Oh my gosh!" You know,
Okay.
because nobody had ever seen that before.
Because
So
I
in
think they
70
pulled it when they did the test shot.
They did.
So they did the test shot, and
Yes.
they said we got to pull that out because everybody was just like, already as it is, the film is just
So
you
they
know.
so there's the theatrical version that came out in 73. And then they released for I think it was like in I don't know, 2000 or whatever. It was called The Version You Didn't See in Theaters.
Yes,
And that's the one
Yes,
that has.
That's the one that morphed into the director's cut.
yes.
Yes.
So that is next on the list. So I wanted to
Okay.
experience the theatrical
Oh,
first.
my gosh.
Because I like to see, if I like a movie, I watch the theatrical. If I like the movie, I'll watch it another couple
I get it,
times,
though.
and then
I
I'll
get
dive
it.
into
Yeah, I get it.
to the directors to see just like with Doctor Sleep, we talked about it with
Right.
JoJo. Watched the Doctor Sleep in theaters, bought the theatrical, director's cut comes out. Now all I watch is the director's cut.
I mean, I get it. It makes sense. Yeah, it totally makes sense.
Yeah.
So, all right. I mean, you can't watch Star Wars until you watch 4 or 5, 6.
Yeah, exactly.
Then you go 1, 2, 3, 4.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's
So I guess
the
we
real
should tell everybody what we're doing then.
one. We're going to do The Exorcist.
Your mother's in here with his card. Would you like to leave a message? I see that she gets it.
If that's true, then you must know my mother's maiden name. What is it? What is it?
Right. So we're doing The Exorcist because I had never seen it before.
Correct.
And I thought it's a perfect movie to do for the spooky season. So yes, Exorcist 1973, theatrical version. And I do think it is a candidate for our December movies because it came out the day after Christmas in 1973.
Yeah.
So this would be a not so Christmas movie.
Correct. And I think that was one of the big things
Yeah.
at that time.
Fuck. I mean, I would see myself going to go watch it. Like, I mean, they do
I
that
would too.
sometimes. Like,
Yeah.
like movies that'll just fucking creep you out for the holiday season. I go check it out.
Right, right.
Um,
This is probably one of my favorite, like, horror films. And like I was telling you before, I have a poster. which is
Yeah,
just her
that's signed. He
face.
said he's got one
Yeah.
signed by Linda Blair.
Oh,
I
that's
got a
cool.
photo. Yeah, I met her.
And where is it?
in storage.
In storage.
Long story.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got where she's on the bed, just like looking at in makeup, and so she signed it for me. She's actually the most sweetest
Tell that story.
person. So basically, I was over at Monsterpalooza, and
What year was it?
this was 6 years ago or something like
Okay.
that. I don't know, around there. And I just went to go check it out, and I actually had done an event prior before that was to bring awareness to breast cancer. I was there and I saw her, and I'll be like, it'd be so dope to like incorporate her into some kind of this thing that I want to do. So when I randomly just went and stood in line,
Mhm.
now keep in mind these are the conventions, so you have to buy.
Yeah, they want
Yeah.
to get paid to,
Right.
to
Yeah,
talk
like
to them.
$15.
Everyone's in
or whatever for-
line, so I'm just
autograph.
standing in line. I'm like, all right, cool, a little bit. I see Danny Glover over there signing and everything. So finally, I got to walk up and I go, hey, how you doing? The person who was kind of like wrangling her, was guiding somebody else out. And I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? Yeah, no, I just wanted to talk to you, appreciate that. She's like, oh, yeah, great. And I go, I want to do this kind of event and blah, blah, blah. And then
For
she goes,
charity, right?
yeah, for charity. And she goes, you know what? I love dogs because she does like rescuing dogs and stuff.
Mhm.
So we just had this conversation. And then the guy, I guess, noticed that obviously I didn't pay and I wasn't part of the whole thing. And he says, oh, no, you have to pull out. But then she's like, oh, no, it's okay. So then she let me take a picture with her.
Yeah.
And then she signed, her, how they have the autographs with their photos, and then signed it and gave it to me and stuff like that. And then she gave me her contact number and stuff.
That's awesome.
And then she
Yeah.
fucking spit pea soup
Yeah.
all over him.
All over me. I was like,
And he enjoyed it.
no, but it was pretty interesting. It was fun. She was really nice and sweet. And then as I was walked out, I just turned around and looked at everybody in line, and they looked at me like they wanted to
Motherfucker.
fucking rip my head off
Really?
because I didn't pay for nothing. I just jumped in
Well,
line and do that. So
If we know
Yeah,
Wacko, he
that's the trick.
has a tendency of doing that.
But no, this film, man, it's just like like iconic. I think
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
it's up there, and I like how we had JoJo on not too long ago, and
Yeah, he said this was his number 2.
number 2, it kept moving back and forth,
Yeah,
right?
two,
yeah.
3. Yeah.
I mean, I can
1, 2.
I can see it, and so William Friedkin directed it, and he directed The French Connection, To Live and Die in L.A.
Right, yeah.
Blue
Cruising,
Chips.
Blue Chips. He
Yeah.
did Cruising with
Rules of
Pacino.
Engagement.
Yeah, he's done so much stuff. And the version I watched, of course, the theatrical, he does a opening, and it's got to be like 2005, maybe. I don't even know what year this one came out that he did the interview, and so backtrack. My wife is deathly afraid of this movie, right?
Nice.
And so I did not watch it with her in the house. And he comes on right on his interview, and he's like, "So I'm William Friedkin, the director of The Exorcist. R.I.P. to William Friedkin. He just died like 2 months ago or 3 months ago." And he says, "This is a horror movie, but you take from this movie what you bring into it. Like if you bring in that you're scared of these things, you're going to leave it in a certain way. If you come into it as a skeptic, well, then you're just going to watch it as a film." So not that I'm a skeptic, but I wasn't scared of the movie. I do recognize it for the staple that it was and still is. And like I told you, like I watched the movie, and he invented so many tropes in the horror film genre with this movie. And then I sat down to do my notes afterwards, and I threw on Constantine just to have in the background while I typed up my notes. And the first scene is the girl getting possessed. And there's so much in that movie that was a direct line from The Exorcist.
Exactly.
From like the way she's moving to like the makeup on her face, to the stuff he's saying, to like, he's praying on her. Like it's a direct lift from The Exorcist. So, for him to be able to establish all of that stuff in 1973, and it still rings true now. Like they got a new Exorcist movie coming out this week.
Yeah.
So,
Did you not watch it because you're Hispanic and have that background and maybe the Catholic background? And so I know a lot of Hispanics won't allow this movie to be seen in their house.
Right.
And so like you said, your wife is scared of it. And
I think
one of the things though too, a while back when we were talking about this and you said you hadn't seen it, she was like, nah, we're not
in my house.
Not in my house. We're not watching that
and
in
I
my
think
house. So.
It might be because she believes in like a lot of the spooky house, haunted house type stuff. She believes in spirits, and I don't. I'm not into that. I'm pretty sure they're gonna haunt me now tonight because I said that. I don't believe in that kind of stuff. My grandmother was a huge Catholic church person. I mean, like I'm from a very small town in Texas, and it's like there was like one Catholic church in the town, and there was the main priest, and then there was my grandmother. Like that's how high up she was on the food chain in my town. And I never heard her speak about this movie. Like she never said anything. I do remember when The Last Temptation of Christ came out, she was like against it. Like she was out there like, protesting like this movie should not be coming out because it's sacrilegious. Although I never heard anything about The Exorcist.
Okay. Interesting.
Maybe because it came out in 73. I was born in 78. Maybe I missed all the
You probably did.
all the hubbub.
I'm pretty sure you missed that.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about the screenplay on this one, Chris?
So the book's based on a book by William Peter Blatty. He actually wrote the screenplay. And the interview I read that he was finishing up the manuscript for the novel, and he was such a hot commodity because he was working on this that Hollywood was like, "We need you to write the screenplay. Here's an advance." So he quickly finished the book, turned in the manuscript, and went to work on the screenplay.
Yeah.
And it took another 40 years for him to finally be able to finish the book the way he wanted it to.
Wow.
So the new versions that are out of The Exorcist is the one that he wrote, that he updated. He always wanted to change.
Right.
So it took him that long to get back to it, to write a second version.
Insane.
He did win the Academy Award for the Best Adapted Screenplay, and he won the Golden Globe as well.
Isn't that crazy?
For Best Motion Picture as a producer. Because he was also the producer of the movie.
He's a smart dude. I mean, I watched a documentary about him and how he wrote the screenplay, and he like barricaded himself in a cabin for like 6 months.
What else has he done though?
That I know of, nothing.
Yeah, exactly. I know of nothing either.
I mean,
but that's like saying, in reference to our last 30 minutes on film, what else did Oppenheimer do? He just created that atomic bomb.
Yeah,
you know what
sure.
I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess that was enough.
Yeah,
I
so it's like,
I mean,
but yeah, I mean, even like watching this documentary, it's like 2004, and he looks like he's still pretty well off. And it's like, I know he was a screenplay writer. He
Yeah.
wrote a lot of comedic screenplays.
Yeah.
so that's probably where.
So maybe he's a
Yeah.
script doctor still. I mean, I think he passed away a little while ago, but
What was the budget on this one?
$11 million budget. Opening weekend, it did $8 million. It is the Christmas holiday weekend.
Yes.
Worldwide gross was $441 million.
Crazy.
Wow.
Off of 11 million.
Yeah.
That's
know.
insane.
Which explains why William Friedkin was such a pompous asshole like his entire career, because he made this movie. And I think he did the same thing with The French Connection too,
Yeah.
Jesus.
which he created a lot of like action movie tropes
And
with that
that's
one.
probably why Blatty didn't do anything else.
Yeah, he just
He was the
milked that
producer. He
shit.
just milked it.
Yeah.
Off the
Even
royalties.
I'm pretty sure his estate is going to be making money off of this
It's crazy.
this Exorcist believer.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's dive into this.
Mm-hmm.
Best part of the movie. Chris, since you're fresh
Since
into
I'm
this.
a virgin on this one.
Yeah.
My favorite part watching it, again, we'll refer back to all of our podcasts. I like the actors going back and forth.
Mhm.
I like the dynamic between the father and the detective when he's questioning him about like, oh, who vandalized the church. You can tell me, even though it's like it's kind of like lawyer-client privilege,
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like you can't say anything. He's like, but if you could tell me, I could take you to the theater to go see this film with me, and he's flattering him. He's like, oh, you look like a boxer, this and that.
Yeah.
I love that scene. There's a really good dynamic. With those two guys together. I read in the book that it's there's a better relationship between them. This is another instance where I think the director stripped it down a lot, made it kind of bare bones to kind of get to where they wanted to go too quickly.
Yeah.
Similar to The Shining. That's my favorite part
Okay.
in this movie.
What about you, Gabe?
Well, I got to go with the Reagan spider walk.
Yeah.
Which
when
I
that
haven't
happens,
seen.
and you haven't seen it yet, right?
Yeah.
So when that happened in the movie theater, like I was saying, people just went fucking bananas for that part because they'd never seen that
Yeah.
ever. And I think it was they found it in the archives and they put it back. They put it back because it was not to be found. And when they
Yeah.
re-released it and they brought it back and they did that. So I do like that part. But the other parts that I really like is like all the visuals, the camera effects that they've got, like the long shots that they've got,
Yeah.
the priest looking up at the light.
Yeah.
Oh, at the
Fog in
end
the
when
background.
when he sees her standing on the bed and he sees the idol.
Yes, the idol looking up the stairs as
Yeah.
well. I mean, that's
That's-
a creepy factor.
That stair
Yeah.
shot
Oh,
is like iconic.
yes,
It's
yes.
iconic.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe I'm kind of overthinking it though, but I think the stair shot from Joker
That's exactly what I was going to say right now.
was a great inspiration for
Yeah.
that shot.
Yeah, for
And it's
sure.
like, even if like me, I hadn't seen the movie,
Yeah.
right? But
But when you saw it,
this is another one of those movies that is so infused into the culture that
Mhm.
I know The Exorcist, I know the head spinning around, I know the pea soup, I know the power of Christ compels you, I
Yes.
know
Yeah.
all of that stuff because it's so infused into the culture that you just know what it is. Even
Yeah.
if you never saw it, you automatically know what it is.
yeah. I had to go with the spider walk as well too.
You
It-
guys are killing me.
I know. Well, I mean, you
I have
want
to go back and watch
That's
it
your
tonight.
bad.
That's your
I gotta-
bad.
I gotta-
That's your
hey,
bad. Should have watched them both.
I wanted to start.
Hey.
Fresh.
I
from the
get
first
you. I
one.
get you. And if I'm not mistaken, I believe that was an actual. I don't want to say.
Gymnast.
Yeah,
Contortionist?
Yeah,
I'm not sure what the proper term is. That actually did that.
Yeah.
So that's pretty. That's pretty fucking
it's wild.
awesome. Yeah. Ask anyone involved with the production. What the fuck? How the fuck? Why the fuck? I'm gonna go with even though it's probably one of my favorite scenes. Maybe I don't know if I'm really fucked up in the head though. But the penetration with the cross. What the fuck?
yeah.
Yeah. I was gonna say the same thing, like the masturbating with the crucifix. I understand how that's terrifying. seeing that on the screen for the first time in 1973. Maybe not so
Yes.
much now because there's so
Do
much
you-
other shit that goes on in
But do you
film now.
think? But do you think just the fact maybe I don't know if I'm thinking out loud with this, but the time that we're in and that scene coming on, like someone, do you think that would be?
So watching this movie, I can see how this generation of movie watchers would think it's funny.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Like I can see them laughing at this.
yeah,
Because you know the effects aren't that convincing, and then stuff like that, like fuck me, she's all lick me,
Yeah.
like. I mean, they made fun of it, right? In that Naked Gun,
Yes,
Leslie
with-
Nielsen did it, right? I
yes,
can't remember the
yes.
name of the movie,
I forgot what the
but
name of that.
he's a
film was.
priest too, right? He's like
Correct.
exercising her. So I kind of see like how I see how it would be laughable, but I took it very seriously watching it. But I
Mhm.
can see how like in '73 they were probably like, "What on
Yes.
earth?" I can see
Yeah.
why people would like get up and leave,
Yeah,
No.
Stop! It's burning! It's burning!
Do something, Doctor. Please help her.
Please, Mother! We'll make it stop! He's trying to kill me! Mother! Mom! Take it!
Keep away! The sow is mine!
Fuck me!
Fuck me!
Fuck me!
My what the fuck was the obsession with the word cock? Because the whole movie she's like cocksucker,
Yeah.
damn, like those demons must be pretty in tune with what's going on. Like they know cock, that's like it's like a slang type word,
Well, I mean, they say that porn, and is
Devil's,
the devil's.
When I saw that, I was like, dude, was it the director that was obsessed with like cock and making it so like overly sexual? Nah, man, I googled it, and it's worse than the book.
Really?
Yeah, they said the book is way more over the top. And she actually, so in the novel, the explicit content is turned up even further, with the demon using Reagan to embarrass Chris by having her commit sexually explicit acts in front of her guests at the party and spew even worse filth than was heard in the movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Because in the movie, she just
Pee-pees
comes down
herself.
and she pees on herself.
She just pees,
Yeah.
and that's pretty much what it was. Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't find dialogue. I couldn't find excerpts of the book anywhere online, so I guess it might be pretty tough. But
Yeah. I would ask anybody in the production if they believe that the movie is cursed.
oh yeah,
Because there were a lot of things that
Yeah.
had happened on set.
A lot of
out-
delays. Small fires started.
fires.
Even going in, like he said when he wrote the scene that Karras's mother died, like in the
Mhm.
book, he got a call that his mother passed away, like
Yeah.
right then and there.
Yeah. People dying that are connected to the movie.
Yeah.
Mhm,
You know,
mhm.
bird flying into some electrical component.
yeah,
that's
knocking,
right.
knocking shit down. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I think all those elements really add to the film.
Oh, they
to
do.
even
They
make it
add
even
to the
more-
lore.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
Yeah,
definitely.
exactly.
Oscar predictions.
Well, it got nominated for 10 Academy Awards in '74.
That's crazy.
It won for Best Sound. And
Best screenplay.
yeah, and Ellen Burstyn, the mother, Chris McNeil, was nominated for Best Supporting Actress.
Mhm.
And I thought she did a lot of heavy lifting in this movie.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
She was like a one-woman show, pretty
Yeah.
much. Other than, I mean, Reagan was really good too
Yeah.
for being like 12 years old, 16 maybe, something like that.
I don't know. Around,
Yeah,
maybe.
in between those
around
two.
though. Yeah.
Also, Golden Globes as well, though, too. They did win for motion picture, drama, supporting actress, director,
How do you think they
screenplay.
felt at the Golden Globes that year?
I don't know.
They're probably like, you know what I'm saying?
And the winner is?
Yeah.
They're like
The Exorcist. Yeah, exactly. It's like
Yeah. They're all like throwing holy water on the fucking audience.
Weakest link in the film.
Well, I don't think there was one.
I don't
really.
Well, the way you
I
said
do.
it.
I
Okay.
do. So I felt like the backstory of everything was a little bit long.
Oh, okay.
Okay. No, and
I was
that,
going in reverse, but go ahead.
like that it was short.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
the exorcism itself is only in the last 15 minutes of the movie.
And it's like,
Yeah,
and it's
'cause I-
over quick.
That's
And
it.
then the
'Cause I
movie's
checked-
over so
Yeah.
fast.
I checked the time. I was like, how long? It was like
Yes.
only like 20 minutes, maybe it's something like that.
So maybe it's
pushing
not
it.
the backstory, but it's what's leading up to that.
so you're saying
The
just,
build-up.
yeah, the
build-up.
build up was just so fast. And then it's like, it's one time they do it. They get the demon out. It goes into, what's his name? Damon? Or
Karis.
Yeah, it goes
Yeah,
into
Damien.
Karis, and then Damon, and then he jumps out the window
jumps
because he knows, and he, commits suicide with
Yeah.
it. But it was so much build up to that I kind of wish they would have battled the demon maybe another night or something a little bit more.
So do you think that might be where you're at right now, 40 years, 50 years later? You know what I'm saying? It's like we've gone through 50 years of cinema to where you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm used to them battling the demon. Because this
Maybe
is like
so,
this is like
yeah.
the first one. It's like it is literally
I
the
didn't even
Virgin
think about
Run.
I didn't think about
Yeah,
that.
you know?
And then you got to remember, I think the way films such as this, then like it wasn't. Let's get to it. And
Nah.
it was.
Yeah.
There was that build. It was.
It
a
was very
story,
cinematic,
yeah, it's
very theatrical.
for
very,
sure.
very,
Okay.
very. So, it was a lot different filmmaking back then.
Yeah, and it was actually a film. I don't think it
Yes.
was a movie. I think it was a
Yes.
film.
Where now it's no one really even used the
Popcorn.
word film. It's
Popcorn.
just movies. Oh,
Yeah.
let's go to the movies. What movie you seen?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Watch The Nun. The Nun too.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And
I thought the weakest thing of the film was the stuff they left out. Like, there's elements like, the detective is talking about the black mass ritual.
yeah.
Because, the priest comes in and he sees, like, the Virgin Mary. She has, like horns on her boobs and,
Yeah.
she's got, like, a fake dick on the statue and shit. And then I read that in the book there's, like, further research that Karis does trying to disprove that she's possessed by the demon.
yeah.
I would like to have seen that, and I think another weak link of the film is Father Mirren when he finds the idol at the beginning.
Mhm.
They never really explain that,
They don't explain that
No.
part. Yeah.
and then he sees it like the statue, and then of course he sees the statue on the bed. But maybe you're supposed to infer that he released the demon by accident. I don't know.
Well,
I get the feeling there's something missing.
top 3 performers.
Linda Blair.
Wow,
Well,
okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that's a no
Damn,
given.
you know what's fucked up? I didn't even put her on my fucking top 3.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
Who'd
I
you go
didn't.
with?
Who do you
Okay.
I
got?
fucked up, dude. Well, I put Ellen Bernstein
Okay.
as Chris
Yeah.
McNeil.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like I said, a lot of heavy lifting.
Did you put Jason Miller down?
Jason Miller,
Okay.
yeah, number 2 as Father Karras.
Yeah.
And then I chose Lee J. Cobb as Lieutenant Kinderman
Okay.
because he felt like a hard-boiled detective, like just kind of wants to get down to the bottom of it.
I
And I left Linda Blair out.
Yeah,
Shit.
I
My bad, dude.
I get that about him.
Yeah.
But he just seems like such a auxiliary character in this movie.
That's why I felt like there's something missing.
Yeah.
You know?
So I don't know. Did you know Jason Miller's actually Jason Patrick's father?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So
What?
That's
yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Dang.
So
He's got that. Did he ever do anything after this movie?
no, he's like a theatrical actor.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's got some presence there.
Yeah, some small parts and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's all theater.
Because I'd read that Friedkin wanted like relatively unknowns in this movie. Max von Sydow was like he's Ming the Merciless.
I mean, he's kind of iconic though.
yeah.
So
Yeah. R.I.P. to that guy too.
yeah. Which character is most likely to have a Twitter account? I said the devil.
devil.
Pazuzu, the demon. So did I, dude. Like, so the name's never really spoken except like once or twice.
Mhm.
Dude, it's got the best lines. Like, let Jesus fuck you.
Yeah.
And then the other one is, what an excellent day for an exorcism. So I'm pretty sure like Pazuzu would be on X.
Yeah.
Would be like sending shit out,
And I'm the devil. Now kindly undo these straps. That's much too vulgar display of power, Karis. Stick your cock up her ass, you motherfucking worthless cocksucker.
Be silent.
What an excellent day for an exorcism.
You know what she did? Your canting daughter? Keep away. The sow is mine.
Dime, why you do this to me?
I just wonder if the mother, Isn't she an actress?
Ah,
I mean, she's got to get them clicks, brother.
Oh, that's true.
Which kind of leads me to like, I don't know where this new movie falls. Like, I don't know if it's present day or if it's a period piece. Like,
Isn't
in
it
the
like
70s.
twins or something? Maybe.
No.
It is.
No.
I mean, no. They're best friends.
They're best
Okay,
friends,
all
and I
right.
think it's more. I think it is present.
present day.
I think so.
All right.
So
Looking forward to it.
we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah. We touched on this briefly with Jojo. He was talking about how bad the last 2 Halloweens were. That's David Gordon Green, and he's doing The Exorcist Believer.
Yeah.
And I heard that he signed for a trilogy. So I don't fucking know, man.
Yeah, because that was what's interesting when I heard, obviously, when it came out, and then I heard it was going to be, this is just one of
Not
3.
three.
I'm like,
oh, fuck.
that's kind of already jumping the gun. So
I know, dude. But you know, they're doing it right. They're releasing in October in scary movie season. So everybody's like, I just want to be scared. Let me go to theaters.
Yeah.
I do have a question,
yes.
a category that I wanted to add to this and probably to season 2.
Okay.
What does Monday look like? So if this movie took place
I
over
see
the
what you're
weekend,
saying. All right.
what does the next day look like?
Damn.
Well, you do get a little bit of Reagan being normal at the end of the movie.
And she's like, why am I all fucking
yeah,
bruised?
exactly. And they're moving out of the house. So I
Yeah.
think, it's leaving the house. Obviously, Father Damon is dead,
Yeah,
and-
like 100 feet away.
Exactly. But yeah, Monday's pretty fucked up.
I've always wondered that, like in the Terminator. So, like, we just did the Terminator, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's like, Reese is dead. They crushed the robot. Cops are there. That's Sunday. What does Monday look like
Yeah.
For who, though?
for whoever? Pick one.
Well,
Like,
she's driving to
'cause we
Mexico.
already know her. She's
Yeah.
already
yeah,
on the
but she's
road.
in, saying,
she's
though,
in
you know what I'm
Mexico,
saying?
yeah.
It's like,
Yeah.
like, what does the next day look like?
Interesting. That is, yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, so we'll keep that one.
What
for,
does Monday
Alright.
look like?
Yeah, for later ones.
Independent thoughts on the film, personal ranking, guys.
So, Chris, you watched it.
Yeah,
When I was growing up, I saw it on like just regular television
Yeah,
type
yeah.
of thing,
Yeah.
and or however it came on.
on a box TV, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Seeing it in the movie theater when it came back out again is a completely different experience. I know you got the big 100-foot screen or
Yeah,
whatever it is,
Yes, he has his
Yeah.
own theater
Yeah,
inside his
yeah.
house.
but
Yeah.
I think seeing it in the theater with the presence of other
Yeah.
people, dude, completely fucking different experience.
Yeah, I
And-
agree.
And so that's what like really cranked it up for me. It was like everybody else was in that anticipation when we were watching that movie.
It's like
Even
communal.
though you know what's coming, but it's the
Yeah.
communal watch
Yeah,
that
yeah.
makes it so great. And
But that's just movies. for
it
you.
is.
Yeah,
but
I
it
mean,
is movies.
Yeah.
I think that, I watched it alone too, so there's a little bit of creepiness too.
Sure.
It's like, I'm like watching this movie, and I tell myself, like, you're not going to get scared.
Did you hit pause at all?
Only maybe like to get up to like grab a drink or something, but
Did
I
you-
like to be in it.
Did you use your clapper to turn on the lights before
Yes,
you went
did
into
you
the
turn on
room?
the
I watched
light?
it during the day. I watched it during the day.
Oh.
So maybe I'll watch
Come on.
maybe I'll watch the director's cut at night.
Oh
you know?
man, that's just what a waste.
So then all of a sudden one of the dogs is gonna come running down the stairs.
No, they're
You
like
know?
they're like sitting. Every time I sit to watch a movie, they just like they pull up like right next
Yeah.
to me.
Well, you're gonna hear
so-
something come down the stairs, and they're wait, I'm in the house all by myself. What was that?
I mean, I told you, dude. Like I'm a skeptic, and of course, and this is no offense to my wife or children. Like I'm in a family of all girls, so they look to me to kind of be like the tough one. So when like we're upstairs asleep and the alarm goes off, they all turn to me like,
What are you gonna do about it?
they're like, the alarm's going off.
Yeah.
It's like, or like the motion light goes off outside. They're like, the motion light's going off. It's like, all right, well, let me put on my fucking big boy pants. I'm gonna go fucking
Yeah.
see what it is.
It's
And
a
I'm like,
raccoon.
like just watch me. If you hear me scream, call the cops or
Yeah.
like attack. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
so I kind of always approach everything like that. Scary movies, like I'm not scared. Or like, oh, can you go downstairs and check and see if the house is locked? Sure. Even though
Yeah.
like maybe in the back of my mind I'm like, fuck, I gotta go down by myself. Damn it. But
I don't know, man. I would have been just sending my kids down. I said, "What do you think we had you for?"
Yeah.
yeah, it's like that's why we have 4 of you.
Yeah.
Like
Go
if we
check.
lose one, we get another.
we got
three
another
more
one
to
to back
go.
up. Don't worry about it. Your thoughts on it? Ranking?
Right now for me, it's probably like an 8 or a 9. out of
I'm with
10.
you on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's classic.
Yeah,
I saw the class.
absolutely.
I was like, I understood why this movie was so
Sure.
so good.
Sure.
Yeah.
It
It's
stood
a
the test of
it's a
time.
big staple in film.
Although I am gonna buy the 4K that just came out because some of the coloring with the prosthetics on Reagan's face is a little off, and the green vomit, it's a little too green for me. So I don't know if they fixed that in the 4K. I don't know.
All right, so
My
what's
other
your ranking
question
on
is
this one?
though,
I'm gonna say it's a 10.
Oh wow, okay.
All right.
Yeah, it's
All
up
right.
there. Yeah, it's definitely like I can see this.
This guy over here is like either really excited or he's upset.
Moho up in the house,
I
of
know.
course.
Oh,
Oh,
good,
nice,
good.
nice,
All
nice.
right, all right.
I mean, and I talked to my wife. I was like, so I watched The Exorcist. She was like, oh
Not
my
in this
God,
house.
I
Not
told
in
you,
this- yeah.
call the priest.
I know.
Even though we're not religious,
She's
call
on
the
the
priest.
Get the holy water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I told her, I was like, I think we watched another movie during the pandemic, and the kids were like, Mom, you got to face your fears. Like, watch this movie. Oh, it's Poltergeist.
Mhm.
She was scared of Poltergeist. And the kids were like, Mom, you should face your fears and watch it. So we
Yeah.
watched it, and she was like, that wasn't bad. She's like,
So
it was more funny.
Are you gonna try?
I asked her, I was like, babe, you got to face your fears. Like, I was like, and William Friedkin told me, he said, you bring to this movie, you get from this movie what you bring into it. So, like, if you're not scared of it anymore, then you'll watch it and you enjoy it. And I really I enjoyed it as a cinematic marvel. You know, it is. There's got some scary moments.
That Hispanic culture thinks you're opening the door
Exactly.
to allow that to come
Exactly.
in. That's what it really is.
And rest in peace. If my grandmother was alive and she found out I watched The Exorcist, I'm pretty sure she'd be like, "Mijo,
yeah,
ay, ay, ay."
why did you do that?
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
Well, I'm first off shocked and happy that you actually seen this
For the
film.
first time.
Right? Yeah. So, but we got plenty of other ones that I'm pretty sure we got to go ahead and force you to watch.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for The Notebook.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm so excited
We
for
should
that
have
About the
done-
sports movies too.
Yeah, I sent you guys a list, so
I
we'll
know.
see what happens.
Yeah, but I mean, he said that sport movies that are like
Yeah,
cinematic sport ones. So we got to.
I don't remember seeing Rudy on there.
I think I've seen Rudy.
You see, look at there it is.
I think I've seen that one.
What about Waterboy?
Yeah,
See,
that's too much, dude.
That's the
Come on,
face I
guy.
want
No,
to see.
yeah.
That's,
No, I
that's
know.
comedy and is that sports? Is that
yeah,
comedy and
man.
sports?
football.
There's
Oh, man.
football going on
What
and
about
wrestling.
what about Unnecessary Roughness with Keanu Reeves?
Oh,
I mean,
unnecessary
yeah,
roughness?
I mean, yeah, that's.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the replace. That's the
Replacement.
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 Yeah, I mean, that's. I mean, yeah,
Who's
that's
in
cool.
Unnecessary Roughness?
That is Scott Bakula.
Oh yeah, and he's
Yeah,
like the.
and they
he's
go
like
back to college.
I've seen that
like
movie.
what's the big black dude comedian Sid?
Terry?
No, not Terry Crews. Sinbad.
Oh yeah, it is
Yeah,
Sinbad.
Yeah,
I've seen that
Sinbad.
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well, we'll see what happens, man.
All right.
But
Well,
we got another one coming up soon. We're gonna do The Exorcist, The Believer, or is it Believers? I don't even fucking know.
I think it's Exorcist Believe.
Me. Exorcist believe it's not gonna be
Believer.
good. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and we're
Yes.
putting that together as a group outing.
We're gonna try.
Yeah, we're gonna try to give it a shot. So that'd be
Yes.
fun.
We're gonna try.
Yeah.
So that should be exciting. Hopefully, you guys
What
don't
about
forget
Moho
about me.
Miho over here? Is he going as
I
well?
think so.
He's
All
actually
right,
joining
all
us, he
right,
said.
yes, sir. Oh,
Oh.
hey,
Hopefully
all
she doesn't
right.
look like Pazuzu.
Right? He's like, oh. All right, guys. If you guys seen that one, let us know what you guys think about The Exorcist.
Please.
And if you have not seen it, I suggest you guys go check that out.
And let us know how shocked you were that I hadn't seen it. It's been 47 years since 50 years. 50
Yeah.
years. Came out in 73.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had never seen it before. So
And I would like to see that 4K version, though, for sure.
yeah, man, I might have to go grab that tomorrow, dude.
Yeah.
Might be
Everyone,
worth it.
I'll bring some chips
All right.
and guacamole. All right. Make
All right.
sure you guys follow us on all our social media platforms. 90 Minutes on Film. That's 90 the number, MINS. Also, too, make sure you check out these guys' podcast, one they have together. Which is,
Yes, it is Dogs Fiction and Brown.
Yes,
we are
sir.
co-hosts. It's a Tarantino podcast brought to you by fans of Tarantino for fans of Tarantino. So check that one out.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then,
You can also catch me on Fairway Conversations. It's a golf podcast for the weekend warrior golfer. So a lot of fun.
Yes.
all right. And then you can check out my new podcast, minus Chris and Gabe. It's just me.
Is that the name of it? Minus
What are we calling it? Yeah.
That's actually a
I
good
know.
title.
It is.
Yeah, maybe I should do that one. Follow us. Check out those movies that we always recommend. And once again, thanks to our sponsor, of course, man, Soda Jerk.
Yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah.
And don't forget,
Pour, shoot, repeat.
very good.
Yeah.
I like it.